All right, let's check out some of the hot topics that we're following right here on the program. And we'll start off with what's going on in Congress. So you had the House and now the Senate passing this, what they call a CR, continuing resolution. So it averts a government shutdown. We continue on with the business of our government, a few cuts in non-defense spending, an increase in defense spending. Pretty much the DOGE cuts are going to be implemented later. Will we get the cuts? Will we get actually a balanced budget? That remains to be seen. This continues on with most of the Biden budget. I would have been hard-pressed to support something like this. I understand the president wanted it. I understand why. It just shows you how ridiculous a game that they play up in Washington, how we never get to really make the kind of reforms we want. We never get to really dealing with this debt. It just they keep kicking the can down the road, no matter whether it's Democrats or Republicans, and the debt keeps increasing. By the way, it's a $36.5 trillion debt. Unreal. All right. Yesterday, the president spoke to the Department of Justice, and he let them know that the Department of Injustice days are over. He let them know that it's going to be a new day in the Department of Justice. He reviewed some of the crazy things that had been going on, going after January 6th protesters, going after Catholics, going after parents of school-age children, and, of course, going after Donald Trump and his supporters. It was weaponized. And as the president has said, it should never happen again. We need justice again. We don't need injustice. We don't need a department that's politicized. And hopefully we're going to get to root out all of these Obama and Biden people, put in people that we can trust, people that have a heart for justice, and people that are not going to be going after folks due to politics. Let's also say this. The DOJ needs to follow through on getting all the information out concerning J6, all the information out concerning the pipe bombers, all the information out concerning UFOs, the drones, 9/11. How about MLK, RFK, the JFK assassinations in the Epstein files? All that information needs to be released pronto. And hopefully we're going to be seeing some of those files released ASAP, because what they've done so far with the Epstein files was not satisfactory. It was just a bunch of recycled information. We need new information, and from what I understand, they have it. It needs to be released to the public. We need truth and transparency in our country again. Now, what's going on? The DOJ also needs to investigate what's happening with the conservative social media influencers across the country, people that have platforms and podcasts. They're being swatted. That means police are getting reports that there are intruders in their houses, that there's a dangerous situation. They're coming in there, guns drawn, thinking that there's a major problem there, that people have been killed or people are being held hostage. And this could lead to someone being killed. And thankfully, it has not. And let's hope this can be determined as to who is behind this. So obviously, this is a sophisticated effort going on across the country as these social media influencers are being targeted. We need the truth about who is doing this. Probably some of these left-wing radicals that are protesting in Trump Tower, trying to stop what's going on in our country, the reforms President Trump wants. And now they're going after people on the conservative side, on the MAGA side, who are trying to tell the truth to the American people. DOGE has signed an agreement with the U.S. Postal Service to cut 10,000 workers. It's a good start, folks. As you know, it's a drop in the bucket. We could be cutting a lot more. Do you know a lot of people that use the Postal Service these days? Most people do it online. You don't mail as much. And they don't have the need for what they have right now. The privatization has certainly been a threat through UPS and FedEx as far as overnight packages. There's got to be a better way to run this service. DOGE is, I think, just really starting here with 10,000 workers being cut. They really need to look at more and more efficiency there. President threatening 200% tariffs on the EU, which I think is fair. We need reciprocal tariffs. We need to treat these countries how they treat us. They shouldn't be able to put massive tariffs on our goods and we allow their goods here into this country with barely no tariffs. It's got to be a level playing field. We need fair trade and free trade, but we can't have quote-unquote free trade without fair trade. On the Democrat side, you had Pete Buttigieg make an announcement this week. He's not going to be running for the Senate. And people are speculating that Mayor Pete is eyeing another presidential run, which goes to show you the ridiculous state of the Democrat Party today. Kudos to our Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, removing a South African ambassador from this country who made disparaging comments about Donald Trump, calling him a white supremacist. That person doesn't deserve to be a diplomat for any country in the United States. That person's credentials should be revoked. He should be returned to that country. I'm glad the Secretary of State did it. Let me give kudos again to Secretary of State Marco Rubio. I think he's doing an awesome job. And finally, I interviewed on my radio show this week the former stenographer for Joe Biden. This auto pen scandal is growing. A lot of these documents that were signed were not signed by Biden personally. Someone in his staff was controlling it and controlling what was being passed, what was being signed, what was being done. Because, folks, as we know, Joe Biden was mentally incompetent. This could be one of the biggest scandals in American history. Hang on as we continue to do more digging.